Should I run away and change my name? Or should I stay high through the night and never close my
Ladies and gentlemen of the CTO universe, I'm glad you all can make it out here tonight safely. That includes yourself, Double J, so don't feel left out. I'm glad everybody at home is watching from their TV screens or streaming from your PCs because, you see, tonight is a very special night. We've prepared something very special for a very special person indeed. And that person is the Indigo Knight. That person is Mr. CC3 Calvin Carter III. But before we can begin the special presentation from Mr. Carter, let's take a look back on a very chaotic episode of CTO corruption during my short period of absence. So, for whoever's sitting in the production truck right now, please, would you be so kind as to play the footage?
I just want to know who the hell you think you are standing in my ring demanding for anyone to come out of that curtain. I'm the true global champion of this show, and I'm the authority of this show. Malachi, or whatever you want to call him, he bailed him. He had to stay at home sick this week. He took a week off. Yeah, your hero, your false prophet, he took a week off. So now you're stuck to bask in the glory and greatness that is the Indigo Knight. Now back to you. I don't know what gives you the audacity to stand in my ring when you have yet to pick up a win in this company. Now I suggest you get out of that ring now before I come in now and make a true example of you.
Yo, Calvin, I got a news flash for you. This ring does not belong to you. This ring doesn't belong to me, Malachi, Aaron Bomber. This ring belongs to these loyal fans that come out each and every week. And you say you're gonna make an example out of me. Well, Calvin, I didn't come out here to bicker. I didn't come out here to talk back and forth like a couple of girls, no. Calvin, I came out here to fight. And since John Brody doesn't have the balls to come out here and face me, you're already ready to make an example out of someone, aren't you, Calvin? So let me make an example out of you. Let me prove, let me show each and every one of these people why I am the best. I'm the best that CTO has to offer. You're saying you're the authority. Well, use your authority and make the match, Calvin. Because I want to fight, and you want to make an example. It's a win-win situation. So make the damn match.
Well, looks like we might as well have a match tonight between the global champion Calvin Carter and Nathan Savior. Nico.
What an upset this would be.
Oh, absolutely, as he just did a cross body ending up on the apron, and wait a minute, that's John Brody. Nathan able to somehow block John Brody there, but oh no, Nathan fighting off Calvin as well. He springboards back and just leaps down on Brody with a springboard moonsault. The leverage there to be able to take down John Brody, and oh my god. Calvin just dropping Nathan with the global title. My god, you knew that you couldn't beat him, so you just had to hit him with the title, didn't you?
I don't think it was that, Double J. I don't think it was that at all.
Oh my god, he's absolutely out cold, and now you just see John Brody just
I'm gonna pick the bones.
And just making a statement as he just kicked off poor Nathan's head. He couldn't even defend himself. How are you proud of yourself? How can you sleep at night, Brody?
Mr. Carter, can I please have a word with you? What do you have to say about your actions?
What do I have to say about my actions? The hell is needed to say about my actions? I don't have to justify anything to you or you people. I don't answer to you. What I did out there was I made a statement. And if you think I need to justify or explain what I did out there tonight, well, y'all don't know what y'all in store for when I go one-on-one with Malachi next week.
Wait,
yeah, that's
what?
right, Malachi. I'm throwing out the challenge. You want to be the global champion? You want to finally earn that title that you wear so proudly? Pin me. Pin me, Malachi. One-on-one next week, you versus me, Global Championship Unification match.
Whoa.
Make yourself famous, kid. You want to be the real and true global champion of CTO? You want to cherish your opportunity? Pin me.
Wow. Just wow. Talk about high stakes. Talk about animosity. Ladies and gentlemen of the CTO universe, that right there was more entertaining than any Aaron Bomber speech ever given. That was more chaotic than any moment I've ever seen or had the pleasure of being a part of in CTO history. And hell, that was more controversial than a certain 525 podcast episode. No disrespect to my boy Shaw. However, ladies and gentlemen, let's move away from corruption for a second. Let's go back to Calvin Carter. Let's take a trip down memory lane with Calvin Carter. You see, in the beginning, when I knew Calvin Carter, we both had the opportunities of competing for a small little promotion known as RTG. But before we can have a chance on competing in the main roster, we had to undergo tryout matches. I successfully passed my tryout match, however, Calvin Carter, not so much. Take a look.
Oh.
Wow, that right there, that is what I call the face of a real champion. Now hold on, ladies and gentlemen, before you question my thinking. I mean, don't get me wrong, if I didn't hear a squeal like that, I personally wouldn't have thought to myself a few years ago that Calvin doesn't have the makings of being a future world champion. But now that is what I call championship material. Give that man a push. Hashtag push Calvin Carter. How many retweets do we need to get on that? But anyway, even though Calvin didn't make a good first impression, Calvin was still offered a contract to the main roster of RTG. However, as soon as the company shut down its doors, fast forward a few months, it's season 2 of CTO Corruption. Mr. CC3 himself arrives on the scenes to knock down the door of expectations and prove that he can be a dominant singles competitor. However, night after night, match after match, week after week, Calvin Carter was on a bit of a losing streak until CTO Slam Impact happens. Some people say that Calvin Carter pulled the heist of the century. Some people may think that that was Calvin Carter's defining moment. However, to others, that was absolute bull. Roll the footage.
And trading shots again. We saw what happened last time. Oh, Kirby just pushes Landon off.
Curtis Clay.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Is that
Curtis Clay, get the title.
Curtis Clay? It's Calvin.
What is he doing here? He hasn't won a match all season. How is he? I think he isn't the surprise opponent.
Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. And he's throwing Landon out of the ring.
Landed out of the ring.
Where did he come from?
Is he even supposed to be in this match?
Reaching for it, he's got it.
This isn't his title match to reach. What?
It is now, Dave. Calvin Carter's your new internet champion.
How do we even know for sure if he was supposed to be in this match?
What do you mean, how do we know? He came down here and he grabbed the belt.
He wasn't supposed to be in this match.
I'll let you take that up with management, because as of right now, Calvin Carter is your new internet champion. And I put a bunch
His
of
place had that. He took that right out of... What is wrong with management?
Don't insult the fine manager of this company. I love what's happening already. We have a new champion. Why are you so upset?
He didn't earn that belt.
It's a hard-fought victory, a hard-fought fight by all men involved, and a great victory by Calvin Carter.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our reigning and defending CTO Global Champion. The proof is in the pudding right there. As Landon Drew is about to climb the ladder of success, here comes Calvin Carter like a wild Pokemon, sweeps the rug from under him, and secures the championship and steals the spotlight all in one fell swoop. And his plan worked out to perfection. Because ever since winning the CTO Global Championship, Calvin Carter has weaseled his way through opponents. Calvin Carter has taken handouts, taken shortcuts, pretty much taken the easy way out to keep that championship reign of his alive. However, fast forward to season 3 of CTO Corruption, and Calvin Carter suffers from an injury. And because of that injury, Calvin Carter is forced to relinquish the title. And as CTO Redemption draws near, a triple threat match is made to crown a new CTO Global Champion. Take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, this action just all over the place. It's hard to stay up to date with everything because they're just all over the place. Oh no, picking him up, looking for that cutter again. If he connects, this one might be over. He gets all of it. Logan is out cold. Logan is out cold. Danny's nowhere to be found. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, he gets it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new global champion.
Oh man, think about all those times trying to beat Calvin Carter for the belt. And I know Calvin had to vacate it, but man, this is even sweeter on this big stage. You deserve it, Malachi.
You're right, but it's not the same as beating the man that held the championship that you couldn't beat, Calvin Carter.
Oh, man.
He's just embracing that win. Might be the biggest of his career. This crowd absolutely loves it.
No. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. We all deserve it. We all deserve it. Because you see, for months upon months, and we have been forced to sit in attendance or at home or from around the world watching this virus, this cancer grow day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year. And like the cockroach that crawled under the door and on the floor, you ended up here, Calvin, in CTO. And you know what cockroaches do, right? They spread disease. They spread diseases beyond belief, and we just can't have that, can we? So Calvin, you want to challenge me to a match to find out who is the real CTO Global Champion? You want a match? You got it! However, should you want to raise the stakes, let's raise the stakes even more. Let's put the chips at the center of the table. Let's go all in. Malachi versus Calvin Carter III for the CTO Global Championship. Winner of the match will be crowned the undisputed CTO Global Champion. However, as for the loser leaves corruption. And Calvin, you're gonna live to regret it.